Welcome back to the Setter Podcast. I'm your host Victor, along with my co-host Mark. How
You're
you doing, sir? Today,
doing great, doing great. How are you?
love to
How
hear
are
it.
you?
I'm good, man. Feeling good, feeling great. Guess what, Mark?
What?
I don't know if it's gonna be by the time this come out or a little bit after,
Uh-huh.
but we gonna cross 1,000 subscribers, bro. We like at 930 right now. We've gotten like almost 300 subscribers just this month alone. Shout out to all the new people. Appreciate you all. How y'all doing? What's going on? Um, but yeah, bro, it's crazy. Feels good. Love to see the growth this year. Feels like it's gonna be a special year, Mark. You good over there? You still going through your
Headphones just
technical
died on me,
issues?
bro.
Oh, they just don't work anymore?
Like literally, I touched the wire to make it straight during that whole applause part, and all I heard was,
Maybe it's the cable.
and it
No,
just shut off on me, and
because you
I'm like,
switched headphones, right?
yeah,
Yeah, bro, almost at 1,000. Feels
I
like
know, I
we're
know.
growing at a rapid pace and like
Yes,
in a short span of time. So if we keep up what we're doing right now,
yes.
who knows what we'll be by the end of this year, man.
I don't know. Living in hotter weather and leaving this place,
Living good.
living
But
good.
yeah, we appreciate the love, man. Hopefully we can keep this ball rolling and build upon it for the year that's coming.
Yes,
It's been a lot of fun so far. Been enjoying the process. So all that is good. Just want to get that out the way and thank y'all being here.
yes.
Um, in other news,
Mm-hmm.
in a couple hours, our birds are going to war. And I'm a little scared. So I don't by the time this comes out, it might be happy, it might be
Yeah,
sad.
one or the other.
Um, I got my green on just in case.
Yeah, I didn't. I was supposed to. I just kind of like forgot in a
Yeah,
sense,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's cool.
It's
I'm
all good.
definitely changing after this.
I definitely had a different fit in mind for today, and then it was just like I saw. I was like, oh, 50 degrees. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna die if I put any more layers on. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
It's
like, let me
true.
just rep the green real quick for the game.
It's true.
Um, yeah, bro.
I'm I'm confident, but again, like we've been here before,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like we need to make sure that everybody just doesn't like get too, excited. I feel like it's always good to have a little bit of nervousness because if you're nervous, I feel like that means you care a lot.
Yeah,
You want to make sure that we actually win. And I just don't want anybody to get too,
riled
overconfident,
up.
and then we end up taking it too easy in the beginning and then by the end we're not able to catch up. So,
We just need it. As long as we are on point and do what we can do, we're good. Like I won't be mad no matter the result, as long as like we put ourselves out there and put like our work in. But if we're on our bullshit where it's just like nothing's going right, like we're just like hurting ourselves, like that game when you went when all the penalties,
yeah, yeah,
or like
yeah.
we're just doing a bunch of interceptions and fumbles, like
True.
that's when I get pissed.
True.
If we're like giving our best effort and like it's a close game and it still just wasn't our thing or we end up winning, like then I can't be mad. I just hate when it's the dumb shit. You know what I mean?
No,
Where
yeah.
it's like y'all are better than this.
Yeah, I just hate when we like also like you said when we do things and like nothing works and then we're not able to adapt. I hate that
We
because
just
it's
stuck
like
on it.
yeah, it's just like, bro, okay, stop running it. We realize we can't run it. Like
Yeah.
just throw one, just to see how it works, but yeah, I'm not saying to just throw pass now from now on, but like do things here and there. Don't just keep the same plays like at that like this is a serious game and like it's literally whoever gets to get in. So it's like let's actually try and like mix things up, do things that throw them off. This is the time to do that, not to like fuck around.
Exactly. And there's like good enough points on both sides to be like why they should win the game. And also
Yeah,
we also have I think this is like the first time ever or in a long time where all of our starters from the beginning of the season are playing tonight
nice.
or today. Usually like we're always missing somebody,
Yeah,
which is great, but also means like we have no excuses.
true. Yeah,
And they also have injuries as well. But they're all playing, but it's just like we each have injury. I mean, Lane Johnson still like doesn't have a hip. Like he still like played amazing last week, but every time he would finish, you'd be like, I'm screaming. He's supposed to be having surgery, but he's like, I'm not doing it just so I can finish out the season
that's
because he's
kind of
just a
something
god.
risky, bro.
Yeah,
Like it really depends. Like if it ain't hurting that bad, I mean, I guess maybe try to get away with it. But again, you're getting hit like crazy out there, so it's like
there's
let's not try to do too much.
there's also a big chance that like a lot of our O line isn't coming back because they're all
Mm,
older. Like Kelsey was supposed to retire last year, and our coach was like, please, just like one more time, and look what happened. So
yeah,
like, and a lot of those guys have played together alongside each other for a long time. So like if he retires, Kelsey retires, and it's like, all right, some of the other guys probably gonna either like do it alongside him or like a year or two after. So it's like when are we gonna have all these guys together again? So a lot of them are probably just like, we're all in. Like, if it doesn't happen now, then
Yeah, we kind of screwed for the next couple of years.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, it all depends on us on how we handle it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, like our like management has done a great job of like bringing people in and like always making moves and like not paying too much for them.
And
Cause
then bargain
he
deals.
just fucking like finesses the shit out of people.
Yeah,
And then in the moment they're like, yo, why would you do that? And then years later they're like, yo, like we fucking robbed them.
yeah.
And that's how we feel this year with a lot of our players. So, and we have like our old line coach is like a god. Like he turns like anybody into like a fucking star. Like we could play for them and probably like
Mm,
be decent just how good
yeah.
he is. Cause we got the one bull Mylata
Hmm.
and he be singing and shit. He
Yeah.
never played football a day in his life until he came here.
Look at that. Look
And
at
he's
that.
like amazing. But yeah, hopefully it all works out. Praying. And then, Super Bowl. I'm working the Super Bowl. So
Mm, nice.
I'll be at work during it, but it's gonna be fun because it's the Super Bowl and
Exactly.
my job is gonna revolve around it, so
Yeah, yeah,
it should be
yeah.
a cool time. But I found something last night. I was trying to. I don't know if do you have something you want to talk about in particular? I didn't want to
Um,
like take over.
no.
I was like trying to think of stuff last night. I'm like, obviously the Eagles, and then obviously like our situation with the subscribers. I was like, I just want to say thank you for that. But then I was scrolling through the Twitters and I found this last night. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I haven't like tested it or nothing, but I was like, I gotta try this on the podcast. So
Okay.
give me like 30 seconds to connect this to the Bluetooth thing,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get into it. But I'm gonna explain it as we do this.
Got you.
I was on the Twitters, right?
Twitters.
And I came across a tweet or like a thread, and it was like, oh, you know how there's been like a lot of like AI shit lately, where it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what's it called, like GPT something? What's that shit called?
What does it do exactly?
GPT chat, whatever. People are using it to like write essays and like
Oh, okay.
and like do a bunch of
I
other
seen
shit.
shit that was like they like had to do with like art or some shit
Yeah,
like
like a
that.
lot of people doing AI like fucking profile pictures and like paying for
Yeah.
like AI generated
I've seen
art.
that shit.
Quinn sent me a bunch of those. But yeah, there's a new AI Drake song generator.
Oh, bro, that's exactly what I was going to talk to you about inside the car. I had it literally because I was waiting for you and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's funny. I liked it, kept scrolling. But I was like, oh, shit, let me go back to it. So that way, when I get in the car and I open my phone, I can tell Victor. And I completely forgot about
All right,
that.
cool. So we're on the same page.
Literally just saw it. And I was like, it could change anything into a Drake song like rap.
So it's called Drake It, DRAYK dot it or IT.
Mhm.
Um, and it's write a Drake song about dot dot dot, and there's a text box that says enter your song idea here or click the dice to get a random one. And it's by Make It, MAYK.IT. Just give him our credit where credit's due, because this shit takes a lot of time. AI is hella cool. I'm gonna talk about it after. So let's get into this. I'm gonna hit the generate one first, but then I want you to give me some stuff to type in this
I
box. All right.
got you. I
Let me
got
turn
you.
my volume up. Make sure this is good over here. Generate. All right. Did it work? I think it's generating. Oh, click the dice to get a random one. I was hitting. Okay. Loading. A whale who plays the trumpet trying to save a castle from a dragon. All right. So this is Drake writing a song about a whale who plays the trumpet trying to save a castle from a dragon.
AI Drake.
It's warming up.
Man,
Yeah.
not real Drake, but AI.
This is Aubrey Graham.
Right. He sent this to us.
All right. I don't know how that was going to be. All it takes a second to process, but this is mad cool. Like I was saying earlier, AI has been insane. I don't know if you know who Kenny Beats is, where like he makes music. You can hear a song and it's by him and be like, whoa, Kenny. That's his
Oh,
tag.
okay, I think so. I think so. I heard that.
And I think him or like some people that it's here. Some people that he worked with made this AI thing that allows people to like type it into GPT chat. I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
And they'll be like, give me a T-Pain song or a T-Pain melody in A major. And they'll generate a melody that sounds like a T-Pain song, but
Mhm.
it's completely new.
Wow.
And use it to like make his own beats and songs and shit. That's insane. But
Crazy.
this is Drake's song about a whale who plays the trumpet trying to save a castle from a dragon.
With a trumpet, I ride and will roll. The castle that needs saving, sound that will soar. A brave well, place his tongue to face the soon. Rally my courage, bringing some boom.
I love how they added the accent into there.
Yeah.
He said, playing his tune.
Still,
What do you think? Did you hear it?
I heard it was cutting out a little bit, but again, that's just my headphones. I
shit's
don't know
ki-
why. As soon as you did that, you turned Drake on. It just my headphones were like, nah, bro, we ain't listening to
That
this.
shit's killing
I
me.
heard a little bit.
All right, do you have a song idea for him in mind?
I mean, I can't think of like a whole idea, but I was thinking of going around something that had to do with the Eagles.
All right.
Something with
I don't know how specific I have to be, so I'm gonna be
yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles. What else? Winning the Super Bowl or something? Or like beating the 49ers?
Yeah.
Beating the 49ers. Or I'm gonna be San Francisco 49ers. All right. Generate. This is an AI Drake song about Philadelphia Eagles beating the San Francisco 49ers.
Play the music that Eagles want. All the way from Philly town. The 49ers just couldn't come up with a play.
The 40 what?
I know.
Celebrations all around. We took the win, it was a good day. Y'all need to leave, baby, they gotta fly away. The Eagles back if they are fame. It's a frame, we beat the big game. Play the music.
Okay,
that
Drake.
Eagles
All
want.
right.
San Fran took the win.
He said the 40 what?
Uh,
That sounded a little racist.
the 40 what?
All right, next song. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna type in something here. Let's see. All right, I wrote in. This is an AI Drake song about Caribbean things winding up the poom poom. Let's see.
Caribbean things.
I just wanted to pick the most like Drake thing possible and see
No,
what
watch
comes
it
out
not
of it.
even sound choppy at all. It
Mm.
sounds good because that's literally what he wrote.
They just pull up like a song from More Life.
Exactly. They're like, all right, we already got something for that. More life.
Willie. Come on, Drake. You taking too long. He said all the way from Philly town.
Took the win.
All right. This is make an AI Drake song about Caribbean things winding up the poom poom. All right, this is gonna be funny. All right.
I see the pom pom trucking. It covered in tears. Lord of music fill the air.
The fuck was that? All right, bring it back.
I see the pom pom trucking. It covered in tears. Lord of music fill the air. Sounding so sweet like a bird that sings. Why not the pom pom? You make me feel so high. My head just can't control the love. So digitally, big tunes.
Hold
I
up.
see the pom pom trucking.
Look at what it makes it do.
Okay.
Music fill the air. Sounding so sweet like a bird that sings. Why not the pom pom?
Why not the pom pom?
I don't know if that's gonna focus. I wonder where they get the beats from.
But you know what's crazy though? Like, I would rather have Drake rap on a beat like that about something like that on that beat than the ones that he always be making about.
Yeah.
That shit sounded fire. I was like, okay.
Wind up the poom poom.
Like, cause I feel like when you hear those beats that he puts those things on, that whole Caribbean style thing, like it's cool, but like I just feel like, that's so typical. Like, but to rap about that on a beat like that, I'll be like, okay, I start listening to it more. I'm like, all right, this is interesting.
All right. I'm gonna do another random one unless you have an idea.
No, I don't have
All
it.
right. I'm gonna let this shuffle if it'll let me, please. Click the dice. Okay, loading a random idea. I don't really like that one. It said a magical pet platypus that can talk to the stars. This one
Carrie?
I like.
Carry the platypus.
A human and a robot falling in love and running away together on a magical airship.
Something I think Drake would ever come up with.
Exactly.
Probably too embarrassed to tell his friends, but I think he's
Yeah.
I feel like he's had that idea.
That robots wind up the poom poom. She made me want to
She
fly
wind
away.
me up, I'm the robot. Beep boop boop pop. Start saying that shit on the
Yes, I would like to know if you could play that song again. All right. Here's Drake writing an AI song about a human and a robot falling in love and running away together on a magical airship. It's gonna probably make me
By her
restart.
being so loud. It's like a symphony in a choir. The way we connected felt so proud.
So proud.
Like a firework in the night sky. We are sailing away on a magical ship.
Hey.
The only two who don't care what other people think. A human they don't
A human.
A human and a robot.
It restarted so it could do the freaking.
robot embarking a quest. A never-ending adventure. No matter
I could
the
picture
test.
him wearing that though.
Robot
Like that's his
being so
fit
loud.
for this beat.
Yeah, just like in the studio, just black and white,
Yeah,
just like. But
what was I gonna say about that shit? Oh, I was gonna say that shit sound like something I would feel like Travis Scott would be featured on.
Yeah.
I can picture Travis Scott
Yeah,
featured
like-
on that. Yeah, in the background. Yeah. Straight up.
it sounded like a freaking like Reading Rainbow
Robot
type
being
intro or
so
something
loud.
like
It's like a symphony in a choir.
in the crowd.
The way we
Crowd.
connected felt so proud.
So proud.
Oh, Drake.
Ay ay ay.
Jeez
El Drake.
Louise. Jeez Louise.
All right, that's enough AI Drake. Let's move on from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI is wild, bro. They said that they made that GPT. I keep calling it. I'm sure by the wrong name. I gotta look this up. But they said that they made it like take like the bar and like all those other like big exams, so like to become a doctor and like SATs, and they like passed all of them.
Wow. Look at that.
Let me see. GPT chat
But it makes me wonder how
chat GPT. I had it
Ah.
backwards.
makes me wonder though how that's able to like figure those things out just because it's never because for us as a human we have to study those things
Yeah.
to learn to remember, but the AI has nothing to do any of that.
I mean, it's just a database. It's literally just pulling all the information that's out there.
But no,
and,
that's
like,
what I'm
and
saying.
like creating it into like a formula.
That's what I'm
basically.
saying. I feel like when it takes it, it's taking things from other shit to kind of like figure the answer out.
Exactly.
So yeah, but I'm just thinking like as ourselves, like we can't do that. We only know and learn as much as we actually like intake, but that can just pull from anything.
Exactly. So it's just like all the information that's out there, like on databases, Google, all that stuff. And then they'll pull up like all the stuff about Drake and like all the keys that Drake songs are written in, or the pattern, or like the RPM, the BPMs that the songs are written in.
Yeah.
It just takes all that into account and like makes
The actual beat
pulls a
itself.
beat or makes a beat
Yeah.
and just uses all his stuff as a reference.
Kind of makes me scared for music artists though.
Bro, I mean, look at what happened with art already, where it's just like
Yeah.
people were doing that for a little bit. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, you can never truly get rid of like the human touch for certain stuff.
No,
Like
for
when
sure.
when anything's to a formula, it just it's gonna run dry at some point. Even though the shit looks amazing, have you seen like AI generated like photos
Yeah.
of like humans?
Mm-hmm.
There's been ones, I don't know if you saw the same ones, but it was like I looked at them and I'm just like, oh, like they're beautiful photos. And then I read the caption, it was like, this is AI generated photos of like what women looked like on the beach in the 70s. And I
Yeah.
was just like, what the fuck? Like if I didn't read the caption, I would thought that, and that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
And like people are already making, I mean, weird conspiracies about it because you can do that stuff, and without, if you don't put that discretion out there, people will never know. Like, you know how Drake had that show at the Apollo like this past week or whatever?
Yeah.
People were saying that he wasn't really there. It was like a hologram thing.
Okay, I don't think we're that far. I mean, like we probably are, but nothing that somebody like yeah. I don't know.
But if nobody tells you, like, there's no way of you knowing. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like just like lack of trust. Like, have you seen deepfakes?
No,
They-
but
deepfakes are like when they put like they keep using like Tom Cruise, but they'll put Tom Cruise face on somebody.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
I didn't hear the new, but I remember I was I forget where I was, but it was on a TV somewhere, and I remember seeing Tom Cruise's face, and then there was a guy though who like basically kind of I guess looked like him, but he were able to like basically crop out just Tom Cruise's like face and then put it on his.
And he was talking, and it
and he
looks
was
like it's
talking, and
him.
It looks like it's him. Yeah, I remember seeing that shit somewhere. Yeah, I
And
was
you
like,
c-
what the fuck?
And you can do so, like, that's very dangerous, bro. Like if it looks like that now, and people are only gonna get better at it,
Yeah,
it's gonna get very weird. People are
Not-
already doing it with porn, bro.
that's so weird. Yeah, but
Like
it's-
people are putting celebrities' faces onto other people and
yeah,
like
that's weird.
making deep
And
fake
I'm just
porn.
thinking like Like that's just also not good for like people like as far as being like a celebrity. Like, cause now you see that and you think Tom Cruise is actually probably like they can say some out of pocket shit, and now
Yeah.
you're like, yo, Tom Cruise says shit, and Tom Cruise like, bro, I don't even live there. I don't even know what that is. And you're just like, how are you gonna trust it? You know? So it's kind of crazy. I
Or
mean,
or even people who are like in more power than Tom Cruise, like these
yeah,
presidents and like world leaders and shit, like
yeah, that
could
actually
be
is
easily
pretty crazy.
manipulated, or even down to like I could have it where I mean I don't know if I could, but like if pay somebody to do it, where it's just like oh I could crop your face onto another guy who's like with another girl and
Oh
just
yeah,
have and
yeah,
make it look like you were just there or like cheating on somebody, and
yeah,
somebody could use that as like blackmail or some shit.
yeah.
Like it could get very weird.
I think the first step into making sure that doesn't happen or it doesn't get that crazy is to let everybody know that that's out there, you know, expose that because you're going to have people like us who know about it, but then you have like the older group who
Hell
don't know
yeah, bro.
crap and they're just like, well, I got this
I saw
photo.
Biden
Yeah.
taking it up the ass.
Yeah. You're just like, bro, like, come on. I promise you that's not
Yeah,
real.
that even happened. I mean, even now, like even with news and shit, like people are not like good with that stuff or like just fact
Yeah.
checking or anything. I just saw they passed it in Jersey. They like
You can get out your car now to put your own gas in.
no, sadly, but what you can do is take your kids to their schools, and they're having a course about like fact checking and like just
Oh,
doing
that's
like
cool.
and knowing where to find good sources and
That's
stuff like
awesome.
that. Like just to avoid that kind of stuff. I mean, it's good that they're doing early, but I
Well,
saw
that's way early.
yeah, but
I
like
learned that shit like in college
yeah, it's like a
almost.
mandatory course now where like people are like, oh, like to know when stuff is either fabricated or even just like messed with, because yeah, like you need that stuff. And somebody else comes like, can we do this for like older people too, like at libraries or something?
True.
Because
I
the shit's
wouldn't
getting
even
out of
mind if it
hand.
was like a cheap thing too, you know, like just oh maybe like $10, you know,
Yeah,
something that's just really simple. Because I don't want to make it where they feel like because when you start putting too high of a price tag, then no one's gonna do it, you know. So
I mean, the for public schools is free. Like for
yeah,
that part,
yeah,
it's free
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of tax. So if they put,
Exactly,
so
yeah,
if they just put tax dollars towards it, like I'm not gonna be mad at that.
exactly, yeah, yeah.
And like people are saying, like taxes are mad high up here, but like if they doing shit like this, like how can I be mad about it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
It's
it's
you
not,
putting being put to good use.
yeah, it's not like it's for something that's completely useless or something childish or like stupid. It's actually something that's going to benefit everybody.
They're not
Because
building a stadium in the middle of the city and moving a bunch of people of a certain culture out and make
yeah,
room for apartments and shit like that. That'd be stupid.
that would be terrible. And
Um,
just I wouldn't believe anybody would do that. But hey,
but yeah, but it makes you think. Because remember a while ago, I like as a joke when everybody was it was like when it first started with like Travis Scott meal and shit,
hmm,
and like every celebrity was getting a meal. Remember when I made a fake article saying that we were getting our own
oh
meal,
yeah,
and
McDonald's,
everybody
yeah,
like hit us up congratulating us, and I just spent 5 minutes in Photoshop making a fake article from NBC.
yeah,
Like
just anything.
and that took me no time, and I didn't think people were gonna take it that serious. And then I realized how powerful that shit could be,
Yeah,
because that I did that in no time, and I made up a bullshit article on my own, and I photoshopped one of our photos that we took in that room over there,
over there,
and people just ran with it. So imagine
yeah.
that, but you're putting your people's faces onto each other and like all that other, and
I'm
like
just
probably
thinking.
masking voices.
Yeah, I'm just thinking when it actually does happen, no one's gonna believe it.
Yeah,
These guys are lying. This never happened. We've seen this before. Like, no, I swear we're actually signed with McDonald's.
yeah. And then it's like it gets even further because like, you don't like even if maybe you don't sound like the person, you've seen like the TikTok filters now where like
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it completely
Makes
masks
it,
people's
yeah,
voice. Like all of us can sound like the lady who talks over Target commercials now.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, like come to Target and pop your pussy. Like there's people who've just been doing weird shit like that. So it's like,
It's very easy, I guess, or it's just the way to do it. And I think now it's gonna be crazy because you would think that a lot like when that first was starting, I think it was more of like the only way you can do that is if you really took the time to learn it and figure it out yourself. But I think it's going to be so big now to a thing where people are going to break it down so easily so that anybody can do it. You know,
mhm.
like just anybody, somebody just in high school, you know, they wanted to figure out how to do it. They look it up. There's an article step by step on how to do it. Whereas people before they actually were like figuring out in deep, you know,
Yeah.
detail. So
It's only gonna get more accessible and easier to do and shit
yeah,
like I mean the voice thing is we're doing it on a phone, on an
no,
app,
yeah,
on a
exactly.
1 minute app video app, like just for fun. And then I don't know. The more it's weird. Like I hate getting learning more and deeper into that shit because like you figure out how fragile a lot of stuff is. Like
Mhm.
people who really like hack, they're like, yo, like I could get into your car, like control your car from my house if I wanted to. Like they're not even paying attention to like
Yeah.
security stuff anymore. Like it's
Yeah.
very easy to just make everything shut down. Like
Yeah.
our system is so flimsy.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like I swear I've seen like those videos when it's like Call of Duty, like guys playing Call of Duty, and he's like, "Yo, shut up, bro." He's like, he's like, "Oh yeah, you say you gonna come over and kill me? You don't even know where I live." He's like, "Oh yeah, you live at this
Yeah.
shit." And he's just like,
But that's real shit,
But yeah, I
though.
know, but it's just like crazy to think like before that was like such a joke, but like it's really can be that easy for somebody, who does that shit in the living. It's crazy.
And-
It is scary.
And that's people who just do it like on their free time type shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And they get
like,
so
yeah.
good at it. Some of them get hired. Like hackers get
Mhm.
hired to like hack company systems and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you start reading and watching that stuff, and people are like, "Yo, like, it's really not hard to just make this whole country just like flop. Like, you could mess with so many systems and throw shit off." You seen the shit with the airplanes like a couple weeks ago? Like all those flights got canceled,
Oh
and
yeah.
like a lot.
Mhm.
Like I remember I was driving to work one day, and it was like all U.S. flights are grounded because of like a
Mhm.
mess up in the system. It's like imagine people are already up in the air, and somebody just bangs out
Yeah.
because they don't have any like system saying like, oh, like this plane is on this whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know plane lingo, but
But yeah, that I remember there was a glitch in Bank of America where everybody was like it if you had Bank of America and you went to like the app or something, I guess, check like your funds, it was saying that you were like deep in the negatives. Like everybody's
yeah.
accounts. Like everybody was sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? Thinking they have no money and shit like that. But apparently it was just the glitch in the system. But I'm just like, yo, imagine like it's different if you maybe had like I think it was just the checking account too. I don't know if it was all the shares in there, but I think just like thinking like, yo, you only have probably like $50, you're probably just like, whatever. But I'm just thinking like someone who's like balling,
Yeah,
like
they're just like, yo,
over
like
like
I don't gotta worry about it.
100,000 in
Yeah.
there, and then just you go into your account like, oh, okay, and there's just negative. I'll be like, yo,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Or even, I mean, I don't know if it affected like when they tried to actually buy something. But imagine you're like about to do a big purchase
Yeah.
or something, and
Shit, about to get a car or something. Who knows?
he's like, "Nah, y'all overcharged me. Like, why
What
it
the
should
hell?
say that?
Why does shit say I spent 500,000?
I bought some chips and a soda. Like, how many times did you swipe
Right.
my card?"
Only one time. Yeah, that's just crazy though. But yeah, I mean, that whole AI stuff and just in general, like again, it's something that's so accessible now. It's just kind of scary to think that anybody can do it, And a lot of times it's like, I guess it's okay, to do it. I guess if you like do it in a good way, like you have no bad intent, but obviously
Humans always ruin
yeah,
shit.
either you got some snotty kid that just doesn't care, or you got some grown up who probably just is getting revenge on something, or
Yeah.
literally has a terrible life. I don't know.
I wish I knew how to do it well enough, because I would have had us swapped this whole episode.
Right.
Like, it's like, what if these were our never faces the whole time? Like,
Right.
300 episodes in, watch this, and it's just like,
Yeah. Whole time it's like, I always found it weird that Victor's voice was coming out of Mark's body, But yeah, AI. I'm just still thinking of like Tom Cruise thing. Like I really did see that, and I was just sitting there like,
yeah,
what?
bro.
Because I didn't really read it, and I was just seeing the just how it was on the news, and I'm just like, why is Tom Cruise on my screen? Like, why is he there? Like, why are they talking about this? And then you kind of clicked after you start talking about it. I was like, oh, that's what it is.
I actually forgot to mention it earlier. When I was trying to think of like an example, like with Tom Cruise, there's also, I forgot who the person's name was. I'm sorry, I'm not giving credit, but there was a person who made a TikTok account like from day one, and they posted as this person, and like after they got like 1 million followers, they like made a video, and they were just like, yeah, like it's like a guy, right, talking like, yeah, like thank you guys for 1 million followers, and it's just like woof. It's like I'm I was never that was AI, like,
Yeah.
and it was a woman.
Oh,
It was a woman, and the AI person was a guy. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like, what's up, guys?" Like, he had his like tagline and everything. He's like, "What's up, everybody?" And it was just like morphed back into. He's like, "Yeah, like I've." And then she explained how she did it, and it's just like, bro, like that. She made a whole person.
But you know what's crazy is now that I'm like realizing and hearing it, some streamers used to do that. So I remember like I like saw that Pokemon was doing the same thing where her whole self, like her camera, was able to turn herself into like almost like an animated character.
Oh yeah, but that's like, was it VR? What's it called? VR?
I-
It's not VR chat. But
I don't know.
it's like
I
everybody has
genuinely
like it's them, but it's like a persona over them. Like they look all anime like.
yeah.
What the hell is that shit called? Any other time I'd be able to tell you.
But
And
it's just like to me, I thought that shit was so crazy to think that like she could just be
VTuber,
okay.
VTubers.
Yeah, I never knew what the name was, but again, like something like that where it's just like it's crazy how that can like capture your image of yourself and display it for other people to see. Like you're in your own realistic living
Self.
room, in your living room, and all that shit is real, but just yourself, the character is anime. And I thought that shit was kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
the fact that the camera's following you, no matter what, if you're going left or right, it's still making your whole body animated.
It's just a Snapchat filter on crack, bro.
Yeah. I was like, jeez.
That was like, I mean, it was wild. It's like people said it back then too. It's like when we were doing like fucking dog filters, like yo, like the actual smart people, like yo, like this is gonna get deep as fuck because
Yeah.
it's gonna get better and
This
better.
is what Snapchat is waiting for.
Yeah.
This is why they're still running. They're like, we still got something under our sleeves.
And it just gets more and more in depth. Now, like think about how good it's gotten. Like it went from like flower crown filters to like
Yeah.
people changing their hair color or like adding like a full face of makeup or a filter that and it follows you while you're doing video. Like
Yeah.
it's gotten better and better each time, and
Mhm.
it's gonna continue to do so. Quinn told me yesterday, he's like, yo, like he's like technology is moving too fast, bro. Like it needs to chill. Like
Yeah.
he was just like we were talking about well, we had a conversation a little bit about like Call of Duty stuff in the group chat the one day.
Mhm.
And then he like was on the store, like the Xbox store, looking at like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. He's like, yo, like this is wild. Like this was like a PS3 game.
Mhm.
And like look at where we're at now compared to it. Like the snowball effect of like how shit is moving is insane.
No,
Because he was
yeah.
just like, think about how it was like the year 2000. Like it was just like, all right, we got flip phones. Then it was like '07 or something, we got iPhones. And then since then it's just like, all right, like VR, Oculus, like AI, fucking Drake writing songs for us
Mhm.
on from our phone.
So I think, yeah, you're right. I think technology is moving kind of fast, but at the same time, I think it's all right. I just think the problem is that we, as far as like the regular people, just aren't skilled in that. So to us, it's like, what the hell is crazy? But
Yeah,
like, I feel like the people that are surrounded by it, the people that are working on it all the time, are probably like, yo, like this took forever, you know, in a way.
exactly.
But because we're not around it and we're busy with our own like lives, it just hits us randomly and we're just like, what the fuck? Like I
Yeah.
could have sworn it's kind of like how when we see like celebrities when they have kids and we don't see
Mhm.
them grow up, but we see them one time. We're like, bro, I swear this kid was just like a newborn, and now all
Yeah,
of a
because
sudden they're
you
like
saw
walking.
last time you saw them was like 6 months ago.
Exactly. Like you know how when we saw that whole thing with the robot, the AI robot they make that can run and freaking do front flips and shit
Yeah,
like that. I can only imagine at this point what it's really on at this, you
yeah,
know, like so it's just kind of like that thing where it's like we don't see it a lot. So I think yeah, it's kind of moving fast, I guess, but I feel like it's only moving fast because we're not surrounded by it. I feel like those people actually are spending a lot of time on it. But no, it is crazy to think though how far it has become, you know. And
yeah,
I can't imagine where it could go. But I mean, I am excited for it, but I still couldn't imagine like what could happen in the next like 10 years from now. Like
yeah.
maybe be a new type of invention that revolves around AI or something like that. I really don't want clones or any type of
That's
robot
what I was
type
gonna say. I
shit
was like,
because that's the one thing that I feel like messes a lot of shit up.
yeah, I was gonna say like when you mentioned it, like it is true though. It does take time before it becomes to like the consumer's hands. There's
Mhm.
a lot of research and shit that goes in beforehand. But I was gonna mention that earlier when we were talking about like how AI is like you were like, how do they get that information? I'm like, they're just pulling it
No, yeah,
from a database. And you were saying how for us we have to study. I'm like, it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna just start downloading shit into us, and it's gonna get weird.
to a
And like
chip
we're
or
getting
something.
closer and closer to Wally being a thing. We're
Yeah,
like working from home now, and like going outside less, and like having everything at our front table, and we can have food delivered to our desk without moving a finger. Groceries, all that stuff. Like it's gonna get progressively and progressively worse. It is exciting. The part that does get scary is that it's moving faster
hmm
than we're able to keep up with, in the sense that like we're not putting regulations and stuff around it to for it to be abused,
yeah,
which is basically what we were talking about. Is just like, yeah, AI, deep fake stuff, that seems really cool, but if we don't have the stuff, like if the average person can hold it, and we're not putting regulations or laws against it to not it be abused, then it's become a huge fucking problem, like what we've been talking about. It took hella long for Instagram to be like, oh, you if you post on Instagram and you Photoshop or you alter your photo at all or anything, you edit it, then you have to put a disclaimer like this photo has been altered, because people were getting so anxious
yeah.
and being like,
Catfished and things. Yeah,
why don't I look like this? She looks like that. or he looks like this, and whole time is hella Photoshop and like all this other work done to it. And people were just posting that with no saying that and getting away with it. Or like
Yeah.
even with ads, now you have to put like hashtag ad and a lot of
Mhm.
stuff.
True, yeah. The disclaimers and all that stuff, you have to.
And that took way too long. Instagram was around for like 10 plus years before they even did that.
Yeah.
So imagine with this stuff now.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be on top of it because they've had the whole stuff with disclaimers, but I feel like it definitely will be like a thing for a lot of people to get used to. It'd probably take like maybe like a month and a half to 2 months before it starts actually being a thing where everybody at that point knows about it. And
Yeah.
at that point, you know, people are going to start using it and then they'll have the kind of restrictions. Definitely the first week though, I definitely am like, it's going to be crazy. I can tell you that.
Yeah. It's gonna get abused before people are gonna get taken advantage of before it gets like something gets put
that's
out
what I
there,
mean.
which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
It's going to happen for sure.
But we're out of time here. That was a good conversation. But Mark, where can they find you, bud?
You can find me on Instagram, ETC Marky Mark, Twitter, Marky Mark, Victor. Where can they find you and etc. at?
Find me everywhere at ETC Victor, and find etc. stuff at real etc. Real.etc@gmail.com is our email. And yeah, subscribe, people. We
Do
get
it.
into 1,000.
Do it.
See if we get to 10,000 before the end of the year.
That'd be crazy, bro.
If we could pull that off,
Y'all
bro.
do that, bro.
We working towards it. We about to get 1,000 right now, and we got 11 months to do it for the rest.
I'm just saying, if we do that, I don't know. I might do a backflip here. Like, I don't know how to do a backflip.
We'll learn. 10,000 subs, we'll do it back.
I'll dead ass will do it on the little table thing right there. I'll do it even with the window open and everything. Everybody can see me fail if I fail, but I'll do that shit.
All right. But thank you guys for the love. We'll see you guys next time. See ya.